Cargo bikes are awesome. They make hauling things like groceries, kids, a Christmas tree, you name it, possible, all without having to use a car. AAA's most recent report estimates the average cost of owning a car in the US in the last year to be $12,000 per year. Given that cost and the fact that most of the drives that we make are actually pretty short, you can see why cargo bikes are becoming more popular. Who doesn't like to save money, right? I live in Minnesota, where for 6 to 8 months of the year, a cargo bike would be a perfect car alternative. But those other months? Maybe not so much. It gets kinda cold here. What those of us in less weather-friendly areas need is a cargo bike with some weather protection. And I think I know the perfect solution. Introducing the Velomobile. Now hold up, before you say that's not a cargo bike, hear me out. You're probably looking at this thing and thinking that's some sort of space-age rocket ship with wheels, or maybe Amazon's latest drone delivery system, or some sort of really aerodynamic race machine. You might then be surprised to know that originally Velomobiles were intended as a car alternative. The earliest Velomobile was a four-wheeler designed by Charles Moshe for his son, which was further developed into the Velocar, eventually with a small gas-efficient engine. It wasn't very aerodynamic though, and not much happened with the idea until the oil crisis in the 1970s brought about the people-powered vehicle. Now, due to design deficiencies, not much came of this idea either. The first really functional Velomobile was the 1983 design by Carl Georg Rasmussen, called the Litra. From there, things have developed over time through designs like the cab bike, Elevator, and Quest to modern models like the Balg. The development has been driven mainly by the European market, which values speed and lightweight design above all else, and that's how we arrived at things like the Milan SL, which, while incredibly fast, wasn't necessarily the most practical bike for daily commuting because it needs a lot of space to turn around and it's pretty low to the ground. However, here we find ourselves once again with really high gas prices, increasingly erratic weather, and a desire to save money and do more for the environment. Suddenly, a practical all-weather human-powered vehicle looks a little more appealing. And that's exactly what the Balg was designed for. Now, a Velomobile doesn't look like it has that much cargo space, but sometimes looks can be deceiving. This is the Balg Velomobile, the best-selling model currently and one of the most practical and efficient Velomobiles ever built in my opinion. There are multiple spots in the Balg for cargo, starting with the area over the rear swing arm with this nifty shelf, and the area to the left of the rear wheel well with a surprising amount of cargo space. Then there's room under and to either side of the driver, and if that's not enough space, you can also install cargo pockets on either side of the nose in front of the wheel wells. All told, I can easily get a week's worth of groceries in. I've carried my trumpet, briefcase, winter coat and pants, plus shoes, with more than enough extra space. Definitely enough for daily commuting and even for camping trips. And the best part? Everything is completely isolated from the elements. But what if you need to haul larger items, like your kids? The majority of Velomobiles can be outfitted to haul a trailer. In fact, the Balg has an accompanying cargo trailer called the Balg, going into production soon. It's a really nifty design that can be pulled behind while walking, pushed through a grocery store, and has a ridiculous amount of cargo capacity. Its stability while being hauled behind a fast-moving Velomobile is pretty impressive. While it can't haul kids, there are plenty of trailers that can, all of which can easily be attached to a Velomobile. A bike that can be a cargo hauler, a daily driver, and a weekend speed machine is pretty remarkably flexible. Now, of course, you can haul a good bit of stuff with a traditional bike and trailer, and obviously with a cargo bike without having to mess with the trailer at all. So what advantages does a Velomobile actually offer? First, hauling cargo doesn't slow you down. Assuming all your cargo fits in the Velomobile, aside from being a bit more weight to accelerate down the road, all those bags of groceries and stuff won't stick out into the airstream like a giant windbreak. Even the accompanying trailer doesn't cost much more energy. That means you're able to maintain your cruising speed with less effort. Compared to other bikes I've ridden, I find I can go almost twice as fast in the Balg for the same amount of effort. Second, handling is really stable. You've got 3 wheels, a low center of gravity. No energy is wasted on staying upright because the bike does it for you. Third, visibility. Okay, yeah, a Velomobile is low to the ground, but unlike small furry animals that run across the road wearing fur coats roughly the color of pavement, a Velomobile is a refrigerator-sized vehicle, generally painted bright colors, running bright lights all over the place that has a way of attracting attention. You thought celebrities got followed by paparazzi? Try riding a Velomobile in traffic sometime. Fourth, crash safety. You're surrounded by a protective carbon fiber shell that takes the brunt of the hit should some clueless driver somehow manage to miss the giant speedy refrigerator-sized object on the road. Models like the Balg are packed with thoughtful safety features ranging from pull-down points over your shoulders that prevent you from flying out of the bike to front and rear crumple zones, a padded headrest to reduce the chance of whiplash, and a seat that's designed to help reduce the transference of the impact from a rear-end collision. Finally, all your cargo plus you and the important parts of the bike like the chain are fully isolated from the elements. This is what drew me to Velomobiles in the first place. I hate being cold and wet. With a Velomobile, all the heat your body puts out when exercising is kept inside the shell in cold weather. The air intakes can be closed off to retain heat, and while your road bike buddies are suffering indoors on the trainer in their pain cave, you get to enjoy the lovely sparkly wintry scenery. Should you get caught out in the rain, you can equip yourself with a handy wiper blade and anti-fog window inserts, all while staying warm and dry. In the summer, the open cockpit and the air intakes provide more than enough breeze to stay comfortable. In case you're wondering about e-assist, that's an option too for the ultimate in riding quickly and efficiently. Because a Velomobile can go fast with so little effort, you get a lot more mileage out of the battery. So, with all these advantages, why is the incredibly versatile Velomobile not more popular? I think it's primarily that people just don't realize they exist or how incredibly practical they actually are. When I bought my first Velomobile, it was just for cycling outdoors in cold weather. I didn't intend to use it in place of my car because that wasn't even on my radar. I actually started commuting by Velomobile just because I enjoyed riding and I wanted to do it more often. That helped me start to realize just how many car trips I could actually replace with the Velomobile until I reached the point that I discovered I actually didn't even need a car. In fact, the other day I went out to my garage to start my car and discovered it had sat so long unused that the battery was dead. If you've been thinking about getting a cargo bike, I'd encourage you to take a serious look at Velomobiles. I'll add some links down in the description to more information about the most popular models and also a list of dealers. If you're in the US and interested, drop me a line at my email below. I'd be happy to tell you more about Velomobiles and even help you order one of your own. There are all kinds of videos on my channel where you can learn more about these super cool machines. Have a look around and also check out the great channel from Saukki that I'll link to in the description. His channel is what led me to Velomobiles. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more Velomobile content, and I'll see you in the next video.